Welcome to Let's Talk Red Hill, your source for the latest updates and insights on the Navy's progress at the Red Hill Bulk Fuel Storage Facility. This podcast is dedicated to keeping you informed, addressing your concerns, and sharing progress straight from the experts leading the way.
Hello everyone, I'm Rear Admiral Mark Williams and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Red Hill. We are excited to bring you the latest updates right from the source about Navy Closure Task Force Red Hill and our progress in closing the Red Hill facility and environmental remediation. Today we're going to talk about a process called degassing or ventilation and what it means. To help us do that, we have Captain Select Richard Barkley with us today. He will be promoted to captain in May of 2025. Richard, what can you tell us about yourself and your job here at the task force?
Well, I'm a graduate of the University of Alabama, Roll Tide for all the Alabama fans out there. I have 25 years with the Navy Reserves. I've been recalled to active duty for the Navy Closure Task Force in this operation. On my civilian side, I have 33 years with the Alabama Department of Transportation in construction operations.
Cool. What kind of engineer? What's your background as far as?
I'm a civil engineer, and for the Navy, I'm in the Civil Engineering Corps.
Awesome. Our goal here is to share and educate the community on the closure process. One of the first steps in the tank cleaning process is degassing. What can you tell us about what's the purpose of that process and how does it happen?
Well, the main goal of that process is to take all the fuel vapors that are inside the tank and get them out for the safety of the people going in. So we do this in a couple of different steps, but that is the main goal of degassing a tank. It's part of the tank cleaning process, and that's just one of the first steps that we go about.
Check, right? So safe entry, workers can come and go because it is a confined space. What measures are in place to make sure like the environment and the public are protected?
Well, the degassing process is a whole system. We've got a fan at the bottom of the tank blowing air in, that's fresh air, and then we have one towards the top of the tank that is pulling the fuel vapors out. And in this system, we've got a couple of areas where we can bring in fresh air to mix with the fuel vapors in order to dilute what we're putting out into the public, out of the vent stack. And in this system, we have monitors in place within the vent stack and the system, and then we have monitors that are on the outside, air quality monitors.
So with the air quality monitors, what has the data been to date, and is that available to the public for them to come and look at and see those results?
Yes. So for the air quality monitoring, we've worked really close with Department of Health, Hawaii, and the Environmental Protection Agency to come up with their criteria where we can produce. So we got two separate monitoring systems, like I said before. One is at the vent stack, and then the air quality monitors that are out and about. At the vent stack is where you'll find the highest levels, because that's where we're actually putting it into the atmosphere. On the air quality monitoring stations outside, we've registered less than one, so pretty much ambient.
What was the limit that we had to maintain?
38 is our high limit that we've agreed upon with EPA and DOH. And just to kind of give you an idea of the parts per million, when I say 38 parts per million, is if you take hand sanitizer and put it on your hands and you get it near one of these sensors, it's going to register between 100 and 200 parts per million. So we have really low gases coming out of the vent stack.
Well, so where if I'm a member of the public and I want to see what are these results, where do I go?
The Navy Closure Task Force Red Hill website is a good source of all information, and also the app. You can go under the air quality monitoring, and all the data is there for the 4 tanks that we've degassed already. But also, if we're actively degassing a tank, we're posting that information there hourly.
So you talk about we've done 4 to date. So how long, is this a day's process, a week's process? How long does this take?
It varies between the tanks. We've had one of the tanks that took 7 days, and we had another tank that took 26. There's a couple of different factors that play into that. One of them is quality of the fuel that you're storing in that tank. If you have something like diesel that's a lower grade, it's gonna take a little longer to degas. If the tank hasn't been cleaned in a long time, it'll take longer. Some of our tanks were cleaned in 2006, and some of them hasn't been cleaned since the early 80s.
Yeah, got it. So once we go through this process, we've degassed the tank. What's next?
The next steps is to actually enter the tank. When we go in, we'll do a structural assessment of the internal structure. We'll go down and remove the sludge that are at the bottom. And if you haven't seen it already, the video of the sludge removal process that's on our website and on our app, you can go there and look at it, and you can kind of see what we're doing when we're going in there and removing the sludge. But after we remove the sludge, the contractor will go in, put up his boom system pretty much, to go in there and start the pressure washing process to finalize the cleaning of the tank and closing of it.
Check. Well, hey, I appreciate the time you spent with us talking about this effort today.
I appreciate you having me, sir.
So to our audience, thank you again for tuning in today. We'll see you next time on Let's Talk Red Hill.
Mahalo for listening to Let's Talk Red Hill. Stay tuned for our next episode, and be sure to subscribe to stay up to date. Be sure to download the mobile app by searching NCTF Red Hill in the Apple Store or Google Play.